live.
But are we? Steve, we've done it! We're on big telly!
Al Pacino.
Smash the like button, you slags!
Not just the slag, everybody else.
Would you like to tickle my neck? Would you like to tickle it, Steve? Would you like to pull it? Steve, would you like to pull it?
What? He's watching. It's watching. What are you on about, you dickhead?
Waddle by a waddle of waddy wibbles.
Who was going to sing that, you bastard? Why are we doing that?
I was sticking fingers up at you because I can see it bottom. And then your face when you're getting really confused thinking, who's he sticking fingers up at? I was sticking fingers up at you. Do you know that?
I can't wait to watch that.
It was just really funny just watching you thinking, who's he sticking fingers up at? Oh, right. Do you know when we were talking on last...
Oh. Yeah, go on.
You've knocked that glass over, haven't you?
Empty.
You don't call that? Yeah.
No.
Do you remember when we were talking about the film Hellraiser?
Oh, yeah?
I watched it on Saturday night.
There's no way it's good, is it? No way.
Fucking awful. The story.
Do you think it was going to be good?
I'm just curious. Do you know, just curious as to
no.
The acting is just unbelievably bad. The acting is so bad, and it's but the story's good. It's a good idea. If they redid it again now, it'd be really good. You know what I mean? But the acting is absolutely abysmal.
I would never give that a chance.
No, I was just curious. It was just
certain things. No.
And I had a few beers as well. So, did you watch the football then? You watched it, did you, Lacey?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, everybody. Were you singing and chanting and all that?
No, I don't know any of the songs. I don't get this. The German bomber song that everybody in the place fucking knew except for me. I'm thinking, what is it?
Oh, the goal.
10 German bombers, not sitting on the wall, but I just didn't get it.
Hello, the goal. Hello, Wayne.
Is that like a new song?
I have no fucking idea at all. Everybody keeps singing bloody It's Coming Home, which gets on my tits.
Yeah, it gets on my tits.
God, I hate that song. I just can't. And it's just like, as soon as you sing that, we're going to lose.
I just can't be doing I can't be doing all the negativity and the people talking shit about things that they don't know what they're on about.
Yeah. They're all. That's it. Everybody knows better. This is pretty much what it's going to be.
Everybody knows better, don't they?
Everybody knows better. Yeah, it's like the big fat guy, stuffing his face with chips, judging the gymnastic. Oh, yeah, she did that shit. You know what I mean?
They'll be talking about what he should do. He should be playing such a body, and I'll say, all right.
What do you do for a living?
Who does he play for? Because I'm not up. And we go, I don't really know. I'm thinking, you just talked about that. You knew shit, but you obviously don't know things. Right? Okay.
That's why I don't go pub to watch it anymore, because you don't get to see the game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't get to see it. You just everybody's shouting.
That bit was good. It was good watching all the young kids going fucking nuts and shit. And
I must. Yeah, I love it. We were laughing our heads off last night when it showed the crowd and all that lot, and all crowd going mental when they scored. It was really funny. It made you really happy. God, it made you really happy.
Do you know what I really liked as well, right? And I feel bad for it. Right at the end, it showed this 8-year-old German kid
crying. That's right, yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Have you not seen did you know them memes? There's a meme, and it's one from, what's it called, Leonardo DiCaprio. And it always shows him being with your 8 cunty face, And they got him, the BBC cameraman, sure I'm going to film the 8-year-old German kid crying, and he has a very good face, It's really good. It's
Yeah.
probably good, man. Those
They're
people,
not for me. They're not for fucking me.
atmosphere is great in the pub, but did you see the crowd fall over the seats on the first goal? Laugh my ass off. No.
No.
Crowd fall over the seats. No, I didn't say that. No, but they were just funny when they were all going mental, like, and everything, weren't they? Right.
Anyway,
so tonight we're all talking about censorship and stuff like that, and everything that's kicked off recently. With this is what got me going. I think it's with that Brett Weinstein.
Probably most people don't know about it. Go on, you explain what's happened with him and why.
Well, basically, there's podcast. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen it or not, and it's the Dark Horse podcast. And it's Brett Weinstein and his wife does it as well, aren't they? They're both like professors and doctors and all this lot. And they get on proper doctors and all these. And they've been talking about, recently, they've been talking about this Invectim drug that's, it's got really good results and everything. How do it? And they're just talking about it. They're just talking about it, They're saying, like, this drug, it's got really good, showing really good results and everything, and it's cheap. So what they've gone and done, hello, Louise, what they've gone and done is say, no, even though that's there, we won't carry on with that. We'll invent this brand new one that's going to cost billions of dollars. So they were all looking into all of that. That's what I'm not going into. But the thing is, they were talking about it and debating it and all this lot, and now YouTube has started censoring him. He's demonetized his YouTube channel, which is him and his wife make a living out of that. Do you know what I mean? That's their income, like. And it's just all about that, how YouTube does it. It's closing people down.
It can't be the main income, can it? That would just be like something that they've gone into.
No, they say that's their source of income. That's what they said.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, though, but it's like that. Who is YouTube to censor? Do you know what I mean? Because you're allowed to have free speech, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Free speech is in the law. Do you know what I mean? It's all part. It's in the and all the what's it called in it? The what's it called? The American laws, the Second Amendments and all that lot. What are they called? Oh dear. Hello,
free
Pam.
Speech.
Yeah, no, they're bloody. What's it called?
I'm enjoying
American.
this.
Well, you're supposed to be helping me.
No, I am helping you.
My brain's farted completely. Nicole, the bill. What's it called? The bloody the Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights, is it?
The national. Yeah.
Oh, my brain's just completely and utterly farted. What's it called? My brain's just completely gone flat. Bill of Rights, that's it. Thank you, Nicole.
No, it's not the Bill of Rights. That's not what he's on about, is it? All right. Yeah.
Shut up. You weren't anywhere near him helping me. You thought Bill were on about my son.
I knew
but anyway,
get it.
But it's, freedom of speech and all that, And so who, I don't know what's Pete put on now. YouTube is American, so they can't. All right. YouTube is American, so they can't they? Because they aren't us, and you can only say so much, but we get away with more.
Is YouTube American? Does it work like that?
Well, no, but you have freedom of speech in America, Pete. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's America when it was began. That was the new bloody clean seat, wasn't it? The Enlightenment and all
that's
that.
That's the big sell, isn't it?
That's the big sell of America. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Constitution of the United States. That's right. It's in the Constitution. That's it. Yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah. And you know what I mean? So, I mean, and then for YouTube to suddenly say, well, no, because Facebook does the same, doesn't it? If you start putting stuff up and sharing stuff and all this lot, the First Amendment, that's that. Cheers, Jinx. Yeah. The First Amendment protects freedom of speech. Exactly. So then they have that, and then YouTube's coming on and saying, no, you can't say that. What's he on about now, Pete? Yes, they do, but they don't get away with half of what we do. Sorry with the mixed message, lol. Yes, they do, but they don't get away. Who does?
The Americans.
They don't get away with half of... I'm not good with history stuff. It's not in history, it's in your... Anyway, yeah. But that's the thing, though, isn't it? Who are they to say what's right? Do you know what I mean? And the thing is that Brett Weinstein was on about with this stuff when he was talking about all this, that's what's needed is a debate with all these top doctors and
Yeah,
professors.
surely that is the point of it all.
Yeah.
That we're allowed to talk about it, we're allowed to argue and discuss, and to hopefully get to the end of it where we go, right, yeah, we
Well,
might
it
have
brings proof, doesn't it?
differences, but
yeah. It brings proof, doesn't it? Debate brings proof because you can't just go around, these are like top academics and all. And we're not talking people, flat earthers are out like that. These are proper people who've looked into it and saying, look, this is what's happened here, and look, this is what's happened here. They're all on with it. And then YouTube says, no, you can't say that. Why? Do you know what I mean? That's totally wrong. And the whole culture's getting like that now. The whole culture of everything with all this woke and everything is all censorship now. I think it's probably worse than it's ever been.
Woke?
The woke ones. Where
the woke.
Yeah, woke. Yeah. No, not woke. No. Free. But
I'm thinking, what the fuck's this now? It's another thing I haven't heard of.
I tell you what, do you know what I heard of the other day? And it was on Joe Rogan again. Atheism plus. You don't have atheism now. You have atheism plus. How do, Rascal?
What could that mean? Atheism plus?
It means it's something to do with. My brain was like, there was blood boiling, and my brain was just having. I'm having nothing to do with this, but it's about having all morals to do with your atheism. I don't know. It's
so not only you're atheist, you're
apparently you're atheist, but I don't know. I'm not sure whether I don't know. I really don't know. Somebody goggle it. Captain Slow. Any information or channels with information that don't fit the agenda of the cabal has been blocked for over a year. All decent channels have moved to. Well, that's what I was going to say. We need if YouTube's going to be like this. What's that called?
I wonder if at one point there's going to be a new YouTube type thing where it's completely open. I
think the problem is, I think because YouTube is so right there, isn't it? It's this because there are other alternatives. There are, but I
know other things have tried to get going, but it doesn't look like they have.
Yeah, it's you know what I mean. But it's just they've just got to stop this. You can't stop freedom of speech.
It's all back down to advertisement at the end of the day.
Well, people are making living.
Do you know, like, I know Sam Harris, I follow him, but he doesn't make any money off YouTube not off the advertisement. So what he does, he just sets up the Patreon thing.
Yeah.
And part of it, he's saying, look, we're not having no advertisement because once they're having a chat, they don't want it stopped and stuff. So
yeah,
they'd rather him make his money through that way, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but how long YouTube will, because they reckon there'll be a lot of people that won't push it. If you're not putting the ads on, you're not going to be pushed for people to watch it, which makes sense coming from YouTube, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, but I mean, you should. The thing is, though, it's censorship. Though you shouldn't be censored.
BitTube, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, like drinks,
yeah.
The brand new Tube, or are they the same ones?
It must be that BitTube. I've never heard of that one. There was another one that.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, but how popular they're getting, you know what I mean? And YouTube does need some decent rivals, as everything does, you know what I mean? Who's this?
Just before I put on, do you know when you go onto YouTube and it wasn't I wasn't signed in, so it's just anybody going on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So there is like the standard thing what most people are watching, whatever. I just thought, let's just have a look. There's 20 million, some lad. And honestly, I'll give it a couple of minutes. I was thinking, is this how is this the thing to watch at the moment? It was so fucking bad.
Yeah, but don't forget, you're an old bastard like me.
I know, I get it. I get that, but there was nothing funny about it. This is what he was doing, right? He showed one guy, I think it's TikTok or something, and he's getting a cup, a scoop in it, and he's upside down. So it's the wrong way. So he was never going to do it. So he goes to him and he goes, look, just turn it around the other way, then you scoop it. That was it. What's that about? 20 million.
Yeah, well, it's
I know we're old. I know I get it. We're old, but what can that mean? What am I missing here? Of that?
You're an old bastard. That's what you're missing. Just like when we were kids and all that.
But how is that good and entertaining? Somebody with a spoon upside down, and another fella going, "No, you turn it around." What am I missing then?
You're an old bastard.
But what am I missing about that being old? What?
I don't know, because I'm an old bastard too.
Right, sorry. Is there anybody in here that can explain that?
Stop it. You sound like a right out bold bastard. Stop bloody kids. Bugger off there, you old head. Go on.
Yeah, I know that fucking spoon just twice.
Yeah, bloody clip. It was Oreo says it's been turned on its head, but quite genius. Prop up the weak and deluded them. Wham, implement, let's say, a virus. Easy control the masses. The virus is real, Oreos. You can't deny that the virus isn't real. Real information is hidden, so they get the likes of talking complete idiotic nonsense. Go on. I mean, is that the level? Yes, but that's the point. Everybody can have a point of view, though, Oreos. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Everybody should have a point of view.
Yeah, we've got a right to speak our own nonsense, whether you think it's nonsense or not.
Exactly.
That's the point. This is what the point we're on about.
Yeah. That's the thing. You should be allowed to
switch off.
Yeah, that's it. It's up to it. Then people should see. That's the problem. You see, people don't look at anything. A lot of people they'll see it and they'll just go, yeah, that's what it is, and they never like research and they look into anything. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like. Everything's too easy for everybody now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Everything's so easy, so people don't want, because life's complicated, isn't it? Life's all, there's never a straight answer, is there? There's never a straight thing. It's always, yeah, it's that, but it's also this and all, and people don't want that. They want it all nice and lovely. This is what it is, that's what it isn't, and he's a bad boy and he isn't, and all this kind of stuff, because they don't want to have to think and then come up with their own decision. They want decisions made for them. And that's where it's getting to, I think. I mean, not everybody, of course. I'm sure we are getting better.
But I do think most of it's there anyway. You know how people say, like, oh, it's all hidden. It's all, when they say with the media, we can find out everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
There's too much.
But did you know about there was a big COVID protest? Was it at the weekend? There we are now. At the week down London.
Oh, yeah.
And thousands of people turned up. And the BBC didn't show it or anything like that. Now, surely that's news.
I mean, how much you watch the BBC? How do you know that they didn't show it?
Well, I haven't seen anything on it. You think it'd be
you watch the BBC News a lot, do you? That's what I'm saying.
Well, when I get up in the morning, I do, yeah, ready for work. And you think it'd be on. Have you seen it? Has anybody seen it on the news?
I don't watch the BBC News.
Do you watch any news? Do you watch any news?
I want to watch the BBC News.
No, I don't. I put it on in the morning.
You watch it.
No, just don't sit there like a big fat Buddha thinking, oh no, we shouldn't watch any kind of news. Some people want to know what's going on in the world, like the blocks that collapsed in America. Yeah, well, you're an out bastard. You complain about your phone, you big girl. And Rascal can't believe that we beat Germany. Yeah, let's goggle it. Yeah, that's well bad, that, isn't it? The transgender weightlifting. I know, yeah. Oh dear.
And have you seen him?
Yeah. Do you know what they did base it on? His testosterone level, wasn't it? The testosterone level can't be up to a certain height. But it's like, but you get like different people in weight categories, who'll have more testosterone than other men, won't you? Do you know what I mean? It's just, if you're born a bloke, you can't go into women's weightlifting. You might be, a woman inside or whatever. You've still got the DNA of a man.
Fucking bold.
Hey?
He looks like, I say he, she. I get it. You call it a she if she wants to be called a she, but that's a bloke. He looks like a bloke.
I know, that's it. We'll all call him you can be, yeah, you want to be called that, that's fine and everything. You want to be a shit, that's absolutely fine. Not a problem with that lot. Right, I want to go and beat women at weightlifting in Olympics. Oh, you can't do that, can you? Because you got
That is one of the nuttiest things. That is, it's like, has this really happened?
I know, but that's the thing then, isn't it? See, nobody can tell the truth anymore, can they? For fear of offending somebody or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like you can't call fat people fat. Why can't you call fat people fat? You know what I mean?
Well, you can, and I do.
Well, we call each other fat all the time, don't we? Do you know what I mean? But I mean, oh no, you shouldn't say that. Well, why? I mean, as long as you're not going around like, you know, calling them fatty, or walking behind them with a big tuba when they walk. You know, that's not nice. But I mean, like, if somebody said, oh, who was it? It was that fat bloke over there. You can't call me fat. I'm not fat. You're eating a child. Sorry. I went a little bit mental.
It's amazing how many fat kids there are now.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. You go to primary school.
I know.
Back in the day when we were kids, I don't care if there'd be one fat kid in the class.
Yeah. No, they were. I mean, they were always fat kid when you were playing footy.
That was the limit.
Yeah.
Now every all kids are fat.
Yeah. When you went to school, when you played footy down at Rec, when I used to play football down at Rec up Big Spurland there, always a fat lad were in nets. There'd be too many fat people to put in nets now. Just like, half of them are fat. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't be playing footy though, would they? What's this rascal put? A man is going to beat women at weightlifting every time. I know! Apart from Shifty. Shifty wouldn't be able to, would he? Or MHD Showman. I was always friends with a fat kid. Yeah, we were all friends. There's nothing wrong with fat people, is there? I'm just saying, if somebody's fat, you should be able to say, you know, like, you can't, you know, I don't know what you call them. What do you call fat people? What's the term for it? Overly large. Not thin. Yeah, that not thin person. Excuse me. Hello. Orioles is on it. No self-introspection or deep thought psychology. Most are terrified to go there. A pint and a pizza more their thing. Yet we are to bow to their egotistical clutch at being like, fuck off. That was a long sentence, that, Orioles.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Oreos. Yeah. Because of all the junk food. Well, that's true, isn't it? There is that. Junk food's a lot more junky. I mean, you can get all like, well, you can't go, can you? Yeah, playing out V, sat in front of TV, computer, and all. But,
it's not, isn't it? It's them two things. Junk food is so accessible now, and it's tastier and it's easier. We'd have all done it. There were no.
Yeah, we'd have all done it. Yeah.
And the same if our video games were good as fuck. You know, I remember you used to sit there bored going, oh, I don't know what to do now. I'll go out and play. Oh, you know what I mean? Or draw something.
Yeah, but that's the parents, though, isn't it? Because they should make them go out. You know what I mean? The parents should make them go out. It is. It totally is. If your kid's fat, it's your fault. Simple as that. If you're letting them eat all this shit and not letting them get exercise, it's your fault. Because you're in charge of kids.
It's slipped in so it's so easy for everybody because everybody does it. It's just completely normal.
Well, the best thing is you don't have to look after your kid when he's playing on a bloody Xbox, do you? You know what I mean? You don't have to entertain your kid because he's being entertained, isn't it? What's this? Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, married to Anne, a Polish name, also a founder of Google. Sister to Susan, or CEO of YouTube. These are people that profile each other. No, that is true, that. There are a lot of them are all tied in together because YouTube's even tied in with like newspapers, isn't it, and stuff like that. They are all tied in, and it is. That's why I've got the rabbit hole picture down behind me because it's like that. Do you know what I mean? It is. How are we conditioned that much? Do you know what I mean? Are we, or is it our own doing? Do you know what I mean?
It's definitely both.
Yeah.
Some people sit behind. I mean, I don't know if my mate Errol's watching, but he's always sending me these things, and I always watch it. Errol, I still give you a chance, but fuck me, it's bullshit.
Don't. Get diseases.
Do you know what I think? Right, I'll just then next minute there's some bloke I can tell within seconds he's full of shit.
What is it like? What is it?
No, right. What it is? This is the doctor. Doctor, such a body. He's a real doctor. A doctor. I'm a proper, really doctor. Right. If you get COVID, if you times it by 6, you get 666, and then that is the. Then we know that Satan, because because of their thing. Like, what? Right, this is obviously a crackpot. I go, mate, he's a crackpot. He says, no, but if you carry on listening, the actor said, no. Once you start talking about 666, it's all related to Satan.
How can they? Do you know what? And so then, does he believe in God?
I don't know.
I bet he doesn't believe in God, but he will believe in the devil.
I think he might do. Not too sure.
It's always a good one, that, isn't it? Yeah, and it's just, you know what I mean?
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Dirty Del knows you're on about. Stick to the jerk chicken, Errol.
Yeah, he makes you jerk chicken, yeah.
Pebble Dashing says there's no coincidences. Of course there's fucking coincidences. You're telling me there's no coincidences?
There's coincidences.
Of course there's coincidences. That's what gets them all going. That's what gets everybody running down there, because they cannot accept that there can be such a thing as a coincidence. You still fucking can. Life itself here on Earth is one fucking big coincidence, one miracle. That's why it's so few and far between. You know what I mean? The way everything all aligned and everything were in the perfect position of the Earth and all that lot. You know what I mean? Of course there were coincidences.
Oh, see, that made by God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the old thing about God, isn't it? I'd love to fucking God. He's a weirdo, is God. He's a weirdo, is God.
If you could speak to God now, if he proper come up and said, all right then, I'm sick of this shit. What's your problem was?
Fucking wasps. Why the fuck would you make a wasp? You do all the things, you're supposed to be God, and you make a wasp. Why? Why would you make something that goes around and stings people? And why would people starve and die and all that kind of shit? Just bollocks. And a devil. If there is a devil and you're God, why have you battered him? You're supposed to be God, aren't you? God, nothing can oppose God's will. So how can there be a devil? Shut it, God, you're full of shit. And how come you haven't been back when there's all mobile phones and we can film you all? Instead of going back to Jesus when people were writing on stone and shit. And they only wrote shut it, God. And Mary, don't even get me started.
Anyway, let's get back to drug smuggling advice. I've not really done much of this.
What drug smuggling?
Oh
my God. Don't do it. How about don't?
Well, I'm trying to help them out.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not saying don't.
Yes, you are. You are saying don't.
I could definitely be able to do it now because of all the failures. If at first you don't get it right, then and all that kind of thing.
If at first you don't succeed, skydiving.
Try it again.
No, skydiving's not for you.
Oh, I keep watching these wing surfers and stuff, whatever they fucking call. Oh my God.
Who?
Why watch it? I don't know. There's a thing on YouTube as well, Freaky Fridays, like loads of parachute fails and stuff, or like near misses and.
Oh, them with the squirrel, like the flying squirrels.
Yeah, I mean
they die all the time.
Yeah,
do you know when you see them like, woo, that's well amazing. That there's about 15 others that are like stuck like Wile E. Coyote style into a bloody mountain. Well, Dirty Devil says, my first question to God would be, God, why are you touching that little boy's crotch?
I don't think God really does it, does he?
I don't think God does it, does he? It's all that
freaking... turns a blind eye to it, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Why does he just make the dicks fall off right away? That's the thing. Why does he make the dicks fall off right away? Or just explode?
We all know the church has a lot to answer for.
Oh, that's another thing you see as well, isn't it?
Abstinence, isn't it? That's all about abstinence, that.
Yeah, if you all, like, yeah, there's you go, go on up, I don't know. It's all mental. Dirty Boy says Alan is good. I don't know who this Alan is.
Alan?
Alan. It's Alan Akbar, isn't he? Some kind of Asian fella called Alan Akbar or something. They always shout his name, Alan Akbar. I don't know who he is. Now we've gone too far. Who's gone too far? Yeah, but no, but getting back, see, that's what gets it. There's all that as well, isn't it? Because you have the conspiracy with all the bloody church and all that lot, which is a frigging well dodgy. And then it's like when old governments, like we had, what was it? Do you remember the Gulf War? When Tony Blair, didn't he, said they could drop bombs, they could fire missiles, and in 12 minutes we'd be all dead, like, and everything. And that's been proven to be all bollocks, hasn't it? So there's all that kind of shit, isn't there? Has he froze? Oh, we've lost Steve. Maybe God has struck him down. God smote Steve. Oh, dear me. God's been struck off. So we better be careful what we're saying here, folks, by the looks of things. Unless it's just me. Only if I'm the one that's not. Am I still on? Oh, no, yeah. Oh, he's gone now. God is coming out of his head. That's it now. God's kicking crap out of Steve now, isn't he? That's what's happening there. So, yeah, does anybody want to come on? I'll put a... Right, how do we do this now? I always crap at this. Copy the clipboard. Copy. That's it. Anybody want to come in for a chat and talk about it? See that Steve's been struck off. He hasn't been struck off. He hasn't been... Billions and internet is crap. Yeah, you know it's God. It's definitely God. God's done it. Yeah, so this is what I mean. So it's like self-censorship. Like everybody today, do you know, with what's it, with that, the cricketer. Do you remember the cricketer who got bloody banned, hadn't they, for something that he put when he was 18? They're all bloody doing this. They're all going back to when people were kids, and because they're all online, everybody makes mistakes. So they say, oh, no, you shouldn't be doing that, cancel them, or the cancel culture and all that lot. And then knocking all these bloody statues over. They knocked all the statues over. Why have they done that? What's the point in doing that? Yes, you know what I mean? Times were different back then. There were all these imperial people and all that lot. And then it turns out they were dodgy. So they should be left there to say, yes, that's what this man was. He did this, but he also did this. Not bloody push to bloody erase history, which is very 1984, isn't it? And that's what leads to what we are now. Do you know what I mean? Whatever somebody says isn't right. Oh, you're back, are you?
I believe something went wrong.
We thought God had just flattered you.
Did I freeze? Because you seem to freeze. I'm thinking, oh, then. Anyway, it don't matter. I'm back. Are you freezing again?
I was acting. All right, Pete, here. Right, Pete, we're going to warn you. If you're dull or talk bollocks, you're going to get fucked off. The fuck off is coming back in.
No worries.
So beware. Be interesting, be funny, and you get fucked off.
I can't be as funny as you. No one's as funny as you.
Nobody has to. I'm not funny on purpose. I'm just stupid.
Well, yeah, there is that.
People laugh at my deficiencies. That's what they laugh at. Right, so, what have you got to say, Peter?
No, just asking how everyone is. Steve?
Yeah?
I preferred you with the beard when you kept curling it up. It was funny. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I think I'm going to grow it back.
You need to, because honestly, I loved it when you just kept curling it up. Just
Hang on, have you had a shag?
I had a shag.
Have you? Well, you got rid of it because you wanted a shag.
I've definitely had a shag.
I got it because I knew. Well, I thought I was going to get a bad cold.
Yeah.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. So Pete, we're talking about all this then, censorship and all that lot, YouTube and everything. It's just bollocks, isn't it?
It is absolute bollocks. I mean, there's so many levels you can go at. I mean, it's like this kneeling down on the floor with the footballers. The statues that's been done in America.
See, that's the thing with the Black Lives Matters. That's what does my head in. It's like, yeah, racism's terrible and bollocks. We all agree with that. But they're making it more of an issue of colour.
We're just doing it, and the thing is, there's no colour. None of us are racist.
But they're not doing it equality.
No, it's us here, right now.
Why are you bringing Black Lives Matter into it? Is it not a matter of just equality why they're doing it?
But if you look into the actual history of it all, it's three women. There's totally different. There's nothing about Black Lives Matters. It's nothing to do with it. Three women.
It's not the point of the knee thing. Is to say, look, we're all equal. And then that's when people go, "Oh no, Black Lives Matter," and no, is it not?
I mean,
yeah, but is it not?
It can
No,
be
but is it
twisted
not?
so much, can't it? It can be twisted so much where the white people go, Black Lives Matters. No, everyone matters, and that's my personal opinion. But it is everyone lives matters.
I
Black
think
lives,
it's like
rainbow lives, everyone.
Yeah, with stuff like that, what I think is that especially when the police do it and all that lot. I mean, there is racism out there. There's absolutely no two ways about
I
it.
agree.
But it's like when they go on, they always say like a white cop killed a black guy instead of an asshole. You know, like a cop killed a bloody whoever.
Some dickhead
He throws
decided
again.
to shoot a copper and stuff like that.
Yeah, they make an issue out of colour. Do you know what I mean? Where if somebody's racist, somebody's racist. But don't start off with on the news. Oh, today a white cop killed he's internet shagged. A white cop has killed a black guy or something like that. You shouldn't make it. Let's find out what the facts are before you start throwing all that out.
Exactly. But the problem is the BBC is completely fucked anyway. They're so up their own arses and completely out of the way, like compared to ourselves, and like they have no idea.
Well, it's that's the thing with the news, isn't it? It's like recently I've been watching BBC a while, and it's like they're just not reporting stuff, and there is a bias.
Did you know recently? It was about 3-4 years ago that we was in Europe the least trusted media in the world, in the whole of Europe.
Yeah, but according to who?
It was actually done through a questionnaire thing throughout all the media, throughout them all.
I know, but that Pete, that's open to debate. Is that you can't just? That's what I mean. This is what it is.
Would you trust BBC knowing all the conspiracies that they had? I mean, I do
compared to who?
I mean, I do not like Tommy Robinson, so to speak, but the guy opened up a lot of stuff for what he did, and
I don't know about Tommy Robinson because I don't go into all that. I know Tommy Robinson, and I'm not going to dive in whether. I think he's a bit of a prick.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. But he opened up a lot of stuff, and it was like when you look into it and you dive into it quite a bit, it's like Jesus.
Well, everything should be debated. Everything should be debated. There's no two ways about it. What's Rascal saying here? Cosby. Is Cosby being released? Get out. I didn't think he'd be coming out. Bloody hell. But, I forgot what I was saying then, Pete. What were we on about then?
We're on about, don't matter to be
fair. Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. Everything should be talked about. That's right. That's the whole idea. Do you know what I mean? You should, obviously you can't have...
The one thing I like is question time. You debate.
But it's that stage, Pete. The questions are already. They pick out what questions they want answered.
Yeah,
so that's bollocks,
It is, but then the problem is that yes, the questions are staged, but the answers aren't.
The answers aren't. But obviously, they're going to pick the questions that they know the answer to, aren't they?
No, I agree. But to be fair,
so they don't have to. They don't have to do that.
Fall on their ass and go, oh shit.
What's Pebble actually saying here? Give over was racism is not a global agenda promoted by the elites to divide and conquer the people. It's just a coincidence. I was in it, lad. I wouldn't say. Well, I don't know. I mean, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say racism is an agenda. I don't know, Pebble.
I don't think it's an agenda. I think it's how you brought
people up. People are fucking racist.
I'm not being funny. No one's born a racist, are they? Let's be honest.
No one is. No. It's
born a racist. You're
upbringing, massively, it's upbringing. People around you, but thankfully,
let's be honest.
No one is racist as it used to be.
I don't know about Steve, but you went to the same school as I did. I only saw 1 or 2 black people in my life. Does that mean that? Oh fucking hell! Oh, the black, they're out there. They're wrong. No, I don't have that same sensibility. I just don't have it. As far as I'm concerned, he's the same colour. He might be black, I might be white, but as far as I'm concerned, he's the same person. He's a human being.
We're all pink on the inside, Pete.
Exactly. I mean, funny. We all die the same fucking way, don't we? We all end up.
That's the one. What have you heard that? See that Bill Cosby's being released?
He's not been released, has he? He's got 2 years off or something.
All right.
Believe again. More news, is it?
Here's when you watch this. Ace has got a good point here, actually. 68% of all surveys are bollocks.
Well, yeah, probably right.
Who's it? 50%.
You need to put 50p in your fucking internet meter and all. It's shit.
It's not the internet. I don't know what it is.
Are you still down at Bonnygrass Terrace?
Me? No.
What's he say? Tommy Robinson weren't a prick. He just got passionate. Hitler got passionate.
I half agree with him. I half agree not. I mean, he did have a lot of good.
No, I can't be that. Tommy Morris is a dick.
Yeah, I think he's a dick.
I think he's got a lot of good points, and he's not as racist as what people say. But he just comes across as a fucking knob.
Yeah, he does. He comes across as exactly that. Yeah.
The thing is, though, I mean, his intentions were right in the first place, and what happened was because he needed to make more attractions, more appealing to the audience, so he made more of a thing of it. And
that's bollocks then. That's not right. Is he just out for the fucking hits? That's what he's out of.
I don't think he went at first.
Jinx says, is milk racialist? It is according to Petter. I don't believe that for a second, Jinx.
See,
I don't think
you hear all these things. These aren't true, are they? It's not the real world. These like proper.
Right. So we've talked about this, right? So the next thing, what about this soya milk and all this vegan crap?
Oh, if they want to be vegan, they can be vegan.
Yeah, but I heard you talk about it over there, right? And I get it, but why are they shoving it in our face?
They're not.
They are.
Who is?
Who is?
Vegan.
No, I've never had that. That's why
people go up and they go on YouTube and on Facebook and they go and question people about vegan and why should they be planted, blah blah blah, why should be planted and all this. And I'm like, what does it matter? Shouldn't be better. You should make your own choice.
If you don't want to see them, just unfollow them.
No, I don't. It's a random thing that comes up. I just think you should be able to make your own choice. Why should you shove it down your bloody throat?
Yeah, well, that's it. You've got the choice to disagree with him. You know what I mean? It's that's why we had that Seaspiracy one, because what annoyed me was that was a vegan agenda disguised as a documentary. That's what pissed me off of that. How do Jake away? How's it going, pal? Petter's agenda to destroy the farming industry. Well, it probably is actually. Yeah. That's definitely an agenda because they don't want their vegans, aren't they? Is Petter vegan? I don't. What's Petter?
I don't let these things worry me. I hear them and I think, I'm not interested. I just don't like.
You're about the farming. Obviously, working fruit and veg, don't I? This Brexit has fucked all the deliveries on Saturdays. No fruit and veg from Europe at all is now being delivered on a Saturday. It's a fucking.
The Brexit thing bores the fuck out of me.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Let's not even.
Let's not go down there. Let's not go down there. That gets a right on my fucking tits. That.
I fucking hate politics.
Right, it's a nightmare at the minute because what they've done is none of the people in Europe want to go and drive.
Pete, we're heading over to the fucking off. The fucking off's coming, Pete. The fucking off's coming, Pete. The fucking off's going. Fuck off!
It's got to be one of the most boring talks ever. The European fucking thing, isn't it?
I appreciate you coming on, Pete, and all that lot, but I was heading down. What's Specialist C? Welcome, Specialist C. The new one I thought we had before. Statistically, what are the odds of nearly every talk radio host belonging to the same religious group?
Do they?
No, do they fuck?
I mean, of course they don't. That's the.
They don't. I don't know what side. I don't know which side he's coming from. I don't know.
Say it again, Waz. I can't see it properly.
Sorry, where's it gone? I was just putting it. Statistically, what are the odds of nearly every talk radio? There's a joke in here, isn't there? There's a joke in here. Statistically, what are the odds of nearly every talk radio host belonging to the same religious group? I bet there's a joke in there. Oh no, he says they do.
No, I just think it's one of them kind of.
They don't. What? Right, all right, I'll check that out then. But I bet it does. Somebody goggle that. All radio hosts belong to. What if it's a Muslim radio station?
Well, yeah,
you can get radio.
If it's in a certain area, then there's a good chance to. I mean, how many? If you've got 3D DJs that are, let's just say.
Talk radio. He's saying talk radio.
Oh, so the talk radio one.
Yeah. There's got to be atheist talk radio host. There has to be. And there has to be Muslim talk radio. There has to. Of course there is. I don't believe that. I'll have a look, Specialist, but I don't know. Well, I'm losing stuff here now. Where we're
Well,
going
let's just
on.
say they're all Catholics. There's going to be the most like or Protestant, one or the other. If you've got, say, I don't know, is there 5 of them? You wouldn't say the odds would be good, but it wouldn't be a massive surprise, would it?
Well, no, we're a Catholic country, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah.
If you go on the talk show in Delhi, what are the chances of them all?
Oh, your internet is shit. Right. Stay, restart it, whatever it is, gone shit again. Vegans should be your best mates if you sell fruit and veg, lol. Sainsbury's GM foods. Well, yeah. I know, Nicole, I try not to talk about politics or religion. I know, it's a debate, Nicole, that goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, and nobody ever gets anywhere. That's why you should never talk about it, dinner parties and all that. Pebble Dashy says, biggest farmland owner since last year in the USA is Bill Gates. Another coincidence was, I have no idea. Is he? I don't know. Maybe he's just a businessman. I don't know. And what? So what's wrong if he is? I mean, you know what I mean? He's a businessman. I don't know. Is he? I don't know. I really don't. They do. Check it out. We are a Catholic country because we started Church of England. Yeah. Steve, stop paying for Aldi Wi-Fi. I know, yeah. He's got his proper Fisher Price Wi-Fi going. He's in a bad area. It's down Billington where it's it's coming home, says Jack Burnage. Well, let's see. I bet we beat Germany, don't we? So, we've got to play for, what's it called, Ukraine now. So it's just torture watching it. Isn't it torture? We have this every 2 years, don't we? We just never learn. We just sit there slowly dying, holding on to the grim hope that we might just somehow win. Like Frank Bruno when he was boxing, he was holding on for his world championship fight. That last round, he was shagged, he was holding on. We're all like, hold on, Frank. We know you're not good enough, really, but hold on. Oh, dear. Right, yeah. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, there's, what's the talk radio? The same group that control all media. Ninja Unknown. Bisping got asked who was the person who hit the hardest. He answers Big Steve Eaty. I don't think it wasn't Steve. It was the crate that Steve had in his hand, weren't it? But where are we? Talk Radio minus 10 hosts. 7 that I know belong to the same group. Check it. What group specialist? You know what I mean? Which group did he belong to? Where are they? Are they in the UK? You know what I mean? So if the UK, odds on they're going to be Catholic or something like that. You know what I mean? Fair enough, Louise. Yeah, fair enough is that. It's just getting behind the country. I get it with kids and all that lot and slowly die when we watch them. But getting back to this censorship thing and everything, it's got to stop. It absolutely has to stop because we're just losing everything. We're losing the right to discuss stuff. We're losing the right to bloody debate. And then debate is the best thing ever because you get people from opposing sides and out at the end get shit out the truth. You know what I mean? You get the two buttocks of opposing sides and they fight and it shits out truth. What a terrible analogy that was. But yeah. So that's why we've got to have it and we've got to stop this censorship. What's going on?
No idea.
You might be having troubles down there, Billington. Happen as a sheep knowing through your cable.
Maybe the weather. Well, the weather's fine.
How can it be the weather? Cables are underground, you bellend.
The thing is, it's not showing. It's showing full bars like normal. Anyway,
it might not be your Wi-Fi. It might be your internet.
Let's not go there again.
No, let's not go there again. You can't say right for saying wrong, and that's the thing, Wayne. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's at that situation now. I mean, do you know? I was watching a thing today. What was it? Them two that were on Joe Rogan. Do you know they don't play, apparently, on American TV, and this was from an American thingy, they don't play Dukes of Hazzard anymore because of the Confederate flag.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't play reruns of that anymore. And then, they're trying to, what was it?
It's like all the old 70s, not races, but whatever. What's it called? Like Alf Garnett and all them. They never played anymore, are they?
No.
Look Thy Neighbour, it's like that.
I mean, they were like, they were a bit. When you look back, you know what I mean. When you look back at it,
they was always the buffoon, though.
Yes.
It was a racist, but he was the butt of the joke.
Yeah, that's true. Is that they were always the butt of the joke? That is totally true.
It was reverse racism as anything.
Yeah, Alf Garnett. Yeah.
Half guy was the Love Thy Neighbour. He was the idiot, and the black guy always came up on top.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. It's totally true. Yeah, it was. And they didn't even seem to see that, did they? I mean, they were on about blocking. What's it called? Weren't it? Faulty Towers because of the German bloody thing.
Oh,
when they did this, yeah, and they were saying like they were talking. Stop it. It is, Nicole. I think censorship now, and as far as seems to be getting more and more in 1984 now. You know what I mean? What's Pebble Dash United? People make decisions on getting a jab, etc., on the way they perceive the information that's available. Holds that control. The information control their actions. Simple.
Say that again.
People make decisions on getting a jab, etc., on the way they perceive the information that's available. Those that control the information control the reaction. Simple.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's
it is, but the thing is as well. See, that's the thing as well. Is there's no talking about this the Wuhan thing, is there? About it coming from a lab. There's nobody talking about that anymore, is there?
No, there is. There's loads of it on.
No, I mean,
I
know, but that's another thing they're getting pulled on now.
Well, they say they're getting pulled, but I see loads of stuff on it.
No, they're being demonetized. Yeah, but it's the big ones, isn't it? Like, like Brett Weinstein, the ones that they all watch, I think. Because they stopped it all on that.
I'm still seeing it.
Well, there's nothing coming of it, is there? Do you know what I mean? Because they were saying it was all like really dodgy. How I was watching anyway, I'm not going into that because that's not. We're not here for that. We're here for about censorship and stuff like that, aren't we? That's what we're here. And about what's true, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing, isn't it? How can we believe what's true anymore? It's all like Pebble Dashing and everybody, and me as well, saying, yeah, this and that. But who do you believe? Do you remember with the COVID, when it coming out, you had experts on both sides saying completely different things. And it's like, how are we supposed to believe?
Your own expert.
Yeah, yeah.
There really was a case of that.
Yeah, it is. It's totally true. So, I mean, what the fuck? And so then you tend to believe what you like. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem then.
Now the BBC News and the other, they were obviously selling one story and adamantly sticking to it. That was clear as fucking day.
There's never much change, is there? There's never anybody who says, hang on a minute, we fucked up there, is there? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this, again, how much the information what's the word? Like, how much we can find shit out now compared to, let's say, 20 years ago. Pre-internet, anyway. It's all pre-internet, innit? How we can find out things, and also we can find out the wrong information.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's amazing. Like I said, that thing that my mate Errol sent me, how kind of in some ways it was well done, but really it was just absolute load of bollocks. But there's so many different versions of people selling bollocks with the right music and the right doctor, like there's Again, the 9/11 thing was when I first seen them documentaries, we were all like proper shocked of how, God, as if they can do this and yeah, it's all this and all that. And then the more you looked at it over the time, it's like, wait a minute, these documentaries are completely biased to the opposite fucking side to it.
Exactly, that's the problem. That's what I said.
That's what puts me off.
Yeah, that's what we said about it. Specialist C says, I believe that a lot of the censorship and constant change of acceptable language is to get us used to be doing as we are told. It's similar to the drill square in the armed forces. Yeah, see that's that's the route, that's the rabbit hole that behind that you go down. It's like Pebble Dashing here saying experts, paid fucking shills are experts in the propaganda machine. But there was both sides, Pebble Dashing. There were experts on both sides. There were some saying this and some saying that, and all. And I mean, you don't see it now so much now, but that's what it was at first. So that's the point. What do you believe? Do you know
I think a lot of it, just bad news sells a lot better. People don't want the good news; they want the fucking bad news. And the papers they all know that it's like in the chats, these live chats. If we start slagging each other off and all that, it just sells fucking better. Arguing and nastiness sells better.
Well, look at all the documents. Look at EastEnders and all that kind of shit and all that. They're all negative as
misery, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they're all just, if EastEnders was a good fucking laugh every fucking minute, we sadly we don't want to watch it.
No, and that's the thing.
We want to see people falling out.
Yeah, and everybody loves a good conspiracy theory, don't they? A proper bad guy. Everybody wants a good bad guy, don't they? They all want a massive bad. I'm not saying that there aren't corrupt things and dodgy deals and all that kind of stuff. Yes, there is. There's also loads of ace good in the world that happens all over the show that we don't hear fuck all about so often. It's always a negative shit that we, like the classic Bill Hicks, isn't it? You know what I mean? When he does his thing and what is it? We're all there is no death and all that, and here's Tom with the weather. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the thing. That's what makes it hard work, because we really do want the bad guy. We want our bad guy. We want a good story isn't an exciting story, is it? When we all think we're the lone crusader against the bad evil guy, and I know what they're up to. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that but we do love it, don't we?
So many people you see, they really want to feel like that I know something that other people don't know.
I haven't been caught out. Yeah,
they're a bunch of idiots. I've looked into it because I found out these things, and if you could only look into in the way I've looked into it, because I know the truth. We're all being fooled. That's a big sell. It's like that's like a massive internet sell.
Yeah, but the thing is then, though, is when shit does happen, it all gets washed up in that, doesn't it? So when there is... You know what I mean? It all gets lost up, because, of course, there is bad stuff that goes out there.
Trying to find what really is.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's that much shit going around that when real stuff does go down, you know what I mean? It's all tucked away under... Okay,
do you know, when they talk about belief, where you can go the levels of it, like, for example, that's a dog there. But is it really a dog there? There's a dog in front of you. Well, yeah, it is. But how do you know that's a dog? Because maybe, possibly, you could be living in a multi-universe, and where really that dog is whoa, I get that. It actually could be possible in some way, but you have to start off with, right, that's definitely a dog there. I know there are other, maybe there isn't a dog there. You're off your head on fucking glue or something. You go, the day after you go, I could have sworn there was a dog there. No, you've been sniffing glue. You go, fucking hell. But the likelihood is, when you start off with there's a dog there, that it really is fucking there, isn't it? You've got to start with that premise, haven't you?
Right, Chad.
Words from me.
Right, Chad. If anybody knows what Steve's on about, press 1. If you all think Steve's off his head on glue, press 2.
Yeah, somebody said it already. I'm not. One beer.
Go on, rascal. Splendid. Steve for president.
Yeah. What's an absolute load of fucking nonsense? I can hear the nonsense coming out of my own head. I couldn't stop myself.
Jig just put, remember the disinfecting of the streets, dead bodies in China, all for fear mongering.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember all the graves in all being dug in New York and stuff, in Italy. There was all that going on.
Yeah, but they did show but I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Sure, that if that wasn't mass panic, then what? I mean, has nobody ever gone back to that? All these mass graves in New York.
Yeah. It's a point. It's worth looking into then. But I mean, looking into. But what about in Indonesia then? Now where they're all dying?
I don't know. I've not seen any of that.
Yeah. It's also really bad. They're saying that, there were nurses there and everything. Pure propaganda to create fear. Wake the F up. Why do they want to? How do you know, Pebble Dashing? How do you know that's true? I mean, there is propaganda, but how do you know? How do you know that there's this big conspiracy? Is there a big ha? I've been expecting you, Mr. Pebble Dashing. You know what I mean? You're going to go in and save the day. It's like, how far down that rabbit hole are you, Pebble Dashing? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that there is stuff that doesn't go on, but I'm pretty sure it's not like one bit. I don't.
Well, you're going to sneeze then.
I know, yeah. I was going to get on, but it's the US. They don't look into it. Of course, they fucking look into it. Everybody looks into something. It's whether it gets. Well, it says, remember perfectly healthy people appearing to suddenly drop dead in Wuhan at the start. Thank God that strain disappeared, right? Well, no, didn't they?
Right, no, the trouble is, I remember seeing that, but also I remember seeing like shite on Facebook where people do these fake, definite like news things of like, and then there's like a fake, like a news headline or the BBC have reported that the Chinese people are just dropping dead. But when you look into it, you go, no, that wasn't even true. This was something like from a news thing from 3 years ago. They just changed the headline.
Yeah. That happens a lot. Yeah.
But you've got the conspiracist type saying, like, reporting stuff. Oh, look at this. This is what they're hiding from us. Like, no, I'll look into it. This is where you got to look into them. And that wasn't the story at all. These daily, what's that fucking thick on newspaper? Daily Mirror, is it?
Oh, yeah.
These stupid, not
the
really.
The red tops, yeah, the red tops they call them, don't they? But see, that's it. But that's the,
How are people still buying them newspapers? The Sun, the Star, the fucking.
But the thing is, as well, it's like it's all there's all. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything like that. I mean, Pebble Dash is getting a bit upset with us now. I think you will suffer with cognitive dissonance when I say these things. But Pebble Dashing, but you can go the other way though. You could be looking at stuff, and it has been. I've looked at loads of stuff where I've looked into it, think, is that right? And then, like Steve said, I've looked into it, and it turns out it's bollocks. They've got it from a great dodgy source. I'm not saying, but it does happen both sides. So you get propaganda, which is the stuff that you always saying, oh yeah, it's all this stuff. But what about the other side, where that's all bollocks? And they're all giving it like, oh yeah, it's this and that and that and this and that. And then you look into it and you start looking and think, oh, it's fucking not. That's bollocks, that. So it works both ways.
People never turn around and say, oh, I was wrong about that. Actually, do you know that thing I reported the other day? It turned out to be a load of bollocks. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, that never happens, does it? Has anybody ever heard that fucking story? Ever?
Yeah. Especially the MSM. What's MSM? Ran videos of people dropping dead in the street. I'm saying they lied. What's MSM? What's that? Sorry, specialist. We are a bit shite at that kind of. Me and Steve are best at telling tits and knobs.
I definitely remember that story with the Chinese people just dropping dead, and I do feel like it was on the news.
Yeah. No, it was. Sorry. Right, mainstream media. So, cheers, Mr. A.
Yeah, mainstream media. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did see all that on. So
No, it was. It was at the beginning. It was at the beginning. It really was. It was proper.
That was massive hysteria, panic.
Yeah. It was all like that, and but you know what I mean.
I mean, this is generally now round us. 100%. A lot of people getting COVID around us in this area. This is now.
Yeah.
Last year, when it was being reported, it's literally the centre of the world round our way. It was the centre of the world when England was the highest, and round our area, it was the centre of the world. I'm going to say it one more time. No, I won't. But anyway, nobody had it then. Nobody had it round us.
Yeah, but everybody's getting it now.
So how come now it isn't the centre of the world and it should be like a massive peak where we are? I don't get that.
Well, I don't know.
Nobody had it then. Nobody had it then.
Yeah, they did.
We've all fucking got it now, haven't we?
I haven't got it because I did my Wim Hof.
Anyway, there's a lot of people from round our way that have got it. Thankfully, nobody's been ill. Yeah. Proper ill, like nobody's been
My stepmom died.
No, I mean, I'm not saying nobody's. So it kind of annoys when people say you said it didn't. No, I've never said it didn't exist at all. I've also blown out proportion.
Yeah.
The reason I stopped smoking is because I presumed I was going to get it at some point. I thought, I'm not fucking smoking. I'd have been really pissed off if I'd have got it and I'd have still been smoking. I think, why didn't I stop smoking?
Yeah.
And that was last November. I'm in no denial that it exists, but it's at what level? It's massively blown out. It's got to be. It's surely. I've been to like 4 funerals. Not one was from COVID.
Well, and that's the thing, you know. Like I said with that Brett Weinstein, when they were all talking about that, and him and the other doctors and everything, saying about they had that Invectum thing, and this drug that was already available. Now they wouldn't use that, but so they didn't blow it out of proportion totally like that. And then there's all this big business going on. Do you know? But I'm not saying that's right. And Pebble Dashing, because you do your fact checking on Google, so where do you do your fact checking then? Do you get it brought to you by carrier pigeon? Do you know what I mean? Special straight from the source. I'm only joking, Pebble Dashing. Where are we?
I mean, I think the vaccines are quite a good one to talk about, really, about how we're getting information from that and how.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look at Wayne says here, the Nightingale hospitals in Temporary Moors, not a single person in them. Yeah, but on that other side of that argument, Wayne, is were they getting ready in case they were over? Because the problem was they were always worried about, and I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying the problem was they were worried about was the hospitals being overwhelmed, because that was the old big problem. They didn't want the hospital to be overwhelmed, so they had them ready in case they weren't overwhelmed. But and then they didn't do, so they weren't necessary. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what the idea was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can totally get that, can't you? If you're going off stats that you somehow you want to be looking at the worst case scenario in case. It's not good saying 6 months later going, well, why do we knew then? Why do you get things ready? I totally get why they should do that.
Yeah, you got to get. Well, imagine if they didn't. Imagine if they didn't.
Information has that come that they should have got ready for it.
Yeah, but imagine the other end of the scale. Supposing the government said, it's just too fucking cold. Just forget it. Just everybody carry on. Yeah. And next thing, there's like hundreds of thousands of people dead. And then they turned around and said, you could have done this. You could have got a vaccine. You let thousands and thousands of people die. And then it'd have been all on that end. So,
this
looking at it the other way.
Today's blame culture of being pointed at. Like I said this from the beginning. A lot of it is social media, how it's all been blown out because nobody wants that. All be going, you should have fucking done something. You should have. So they've gone on the safe side, I guess.
Yeah. Imagine, right? I mean, we're in this thing now that if somebody trips over someone, everybody's a claim and everybody's a bastard and everybody's all this.
All that shit, yeah.
All that shit, right?
Version of somebody tripping up, banging the toe, and suing for fucking this and that.
Exactly. And then supposing, right, nobody did anything, and supposing loads died, and they did nothing, and then it came out, they could have done a vaccine, they could have got this, and then, So it's a classic from you gotta love this. Rascal Flats. I still smoke weed and I haven't got cancer or the vaccine. What the fuck did I Rascal? I mean, don't mean you're not gonna get cancer, cock, does it? How old are you, Rascal? And Miss Reese says, same, Rascal. Just because you haven't got cancer, if you smoke, I mean, not necessarily weed, but you obviously got tobacco in it, haven't you? If you smoke tobacco, the chance of you getting cancer is fucking a lot more than if you don't. Simple as that is a fact.
That's rubbish. I know my Uncle Terry smoked fucking.
Yeah. Keith Richards is still alive. Keith Richards, he's still alive. There might have been 100 million people died of cancer, but he's still alive. So that way I'm going to carry on smoking. There was no staff for Nightingales. They could never have been used. Well, I don't know about that. I have no idea about that. Where are we? ELH had staff. ELH had staff on standby for the Nightingale hospitals. There you go. You see, there's another. Well done, Jinx. There's another part of it.
Right, who do we believe here?
Well, that's the thing.
Because them two are very opposite to what you both just said.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, the first one made sense that when I think, we're understaffed, aren't we? So it is a good point. They're definitely understaffed.
Yeah, but and also what Jinx is saying is right, because my friend Amy, who was she works with donors, like old donor, when you're donating organs and all that. That's what she works in. She got brought in with COVID. She got taken off that and put in onto the front line because she was shitting it. She hated the mask and all that, and she taught, and that is direct. That's direct. Yeah. No, but she got brought. So that's what they were taking people from all over show to cover him for you. Was how many people died from the COVID? Serious question. I don't have a TV or social media. Oh, really? So you must know this though, with your super duper internet that you get direct from the evil villain. I don't know how many people have died.
Is YouTube not social media?
Yeah, of course it is. What people put up, isn't it? Social, the public, what they put up.
Yeah.
Definitely. But the way they were reported was used to have more fear to the public. Yeah, but I mean, speaking on that side, if they want people to be cautious, then it might not spread it as much. That's their idea. And I'm not saying that's right, but you've got to be devil's advocate here, haven't you? You know what I mean? So if there is an epidemic, you want people to be scared so that they won't spread it. You know what I mean? Because there's always those people that know better that will say, I know better. But I mean, I'm not saying that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't believe for a minute that there's a big, massive hidden thing that is all, what's it called? Not the end game, what's it called? Like a restart, some kind of like thing, whatever it is.
A what?
There's supposed to be like the big reset. The reset, is that it? Sure, anyway. But it's all part of this big reset thing. I mean, I'm not for sure saying that it isn't true, but I really don't think it. I honestly think it's just a massive overreaction and panic, and due to social media and versions of it. Of this, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just going to show this comment.
So maybe
Specialist, I'm not. So your friend was roped in, but still the Nightingales had no staff. What? Just because Amy got brought in, she's not going to be able to look after all the staff, is she? They had staff on standby. That was the idea, Specialist. That's what Jinx was saying. They were on standby. They weren't necessarily like all on it. They were saying if it kicks off, you're going in there. You know what I mean? That's how it was.
Right.
They were brought in from different areas, Where are we up to? Specialist agencies. Is there millions of people who died? Pebble dashing. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been like going into it and all this lot. I don't know. Do you know? How many people? Come on, Pebble dashing. How many people have died? I don't know. You know what I mean? You're on about the culling of the world. Why the fuck would anybody cull the world?
But surely, right, because of the lack of trust, and I think it's right to definitely not trust the media, from what I've seen. Because they're obviously biased. If anybody thinks that, I think basically we all agree that the media is biased, one form or other. If that's one thing we could all agree on.
Yeah. They'll definitely.
Is anybody going to say no? I think the ITV or BBC, I think they're doing a really good job. I think them days have definitely gone.
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, but I think
used to trust the BBC all the time before this.
Yeah.
I thought, no, not the BBC. They wouldn't lie. Fucking hell.
Well, the one thing that did. There was one thing that did my head in with that was, and I remember watching it on the BBC, and it was, I think it was some Eastern European country, and it showed all this storming of this parliamentary building or whatever, and they were all going, and the BBC said that it was people all protesting against COVID and all attacking all this because of COVID. So I looked into it, and then the people from that country were saying, BBC, get your facts right. They were all kicking off about the bloody bloke. They wanted the bloke out, who was in charge.
That kind of rings a bell. I seen something like that.
It was absolutely nothing to do with COVID whatsoever. They were all kicking off. They wanted this bloke out. And the BBC said it was all because of COVID. They were attacking because of COVID or something like that.
I think I seen a thing on Burma or Myanmar. and it was all about the anti-government and stuff. And then the news was it was all about COVID. It was like, wait a minute, they've got mixed up here.
Yeah. There's 10 million a year die from starvation and 2 million from diarrhea. Why ain't that on TV?
True.
Because
I know all them stats that, like, I've always said it, that big stat that I always remember hearing, that every single day 2,000 children die from preventable things like diarrhea and something. Like the same number that die on 9/11, every single day children in the world die of that. It's like, eh? And we just carry on like that's these stats are very scary or weird when you think about them, how we can just ignore them.
No, and it brings in perspective, doesn't it? It brings in total perspective, like when you're saying that, which is right. You're totally right, Pebble Dashing. Why are we not doing anything about these people? You know, everything. Probably because, Pebble Dashing, it affects us. Probably that's why. Do you know the big rich countries? Probably because they're getting affected. So you know what I mean? So fuck the poor people, like, you know. But now that we're getting affected, it's important all of a sudden. You know, I don't know, but
it's like when we see it, and there's definitely a thing with racism when it comes to little black babies dying. If they were white babies, there were 2,000 white babies dying every single day, there would be something fucking done about it. I really believe that. It's like maybe it's not because they're black, it's just that it's so far away from us. And is that really happening? I don't think that's, we'll throw £1 in for the charity and all that, and let's hope for the best. But, these kind of stats, it's fucking scary as fucking in a world of such a rich world that we're all in now, that carries on.
Yeah, but the thing about stats is another thing. Stats are on about one tiny area of something. It's not the big picture.
Are these stats? What I've just said, this is something I've heard from somewhere. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You can have, because life is really complicated. And it's that what I was saying before. People want a straight cut and dried thing. But there's loads of stuff that's mixed. There's all variables. There's all different things. Yeah, that statistic might be right for that kind of thing. But if you look over here, there's a different statistic that takes in this in consideration and that in consideration. Statistics are a poor man's weapon, if you ask me, really, on live. They really are. Anybody can bring up any kind of statistic. You can look all over it, sure, and it's just, and people love them for arguments, but they only pick the statistics that suit their argument. They don't pick, they don't look. When people's doing this, both sides. I mean, it's all like that. Where are we? Pebble Dashing. We're having a good row here, and it's a good crack, pal. But you're not bringing. I bet you've seen other stuff that contradicts yours, and you're not bringing that up. Do you know what I mean? I guarantee if I went into it, I could find loads of stuff that would contradict yours, and we'd be here all day to the end of time. And that's what they all.
If we literally ignore all the news and let's just look at what actually is around us and what is happening around us and the people that we know in our circle or our town were. So how, going off that, ignoring so like me and you let's ignore everything we've ever heard about the virus and this and all that. We would not know that there's a virus going on in the world if we didn't know any other stuff.
Yes,
I defy anybody that could say.
Yes, I would. Dodge died. My stepmom died. Of COVID, this new disease. Yeah,
two people have died, yeah? So, right. So, all the other people have died. Huh? Would you really guess that there's a disease going on?
No, I said, what? When my stepmom died, what she died of COVID. She caught off a carer. And that's what she was fine. She went in with all COVID, died, because it's not the disease that kills you. It's the thing that, what's it called? Your immune system that kills you.
I get that.
No, but I wouldn't have known what that disease was. I said, what's COVID? And then they said, it's this disease that's going around. So that's how I would have known.
I understand, but that isn't the point what I'm saying. You've got to...
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the name of it. I mean, talking about something that loads of people are dying of.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, where's the bodies in the streets? They're not there, are they? Yeah.
I'm never saying that people aren't dying of it. But of what?
No, but you said,
I've been to 4 funerals, not one of them from COVID. So do I start going? 4 people have died. Let's stop this. Let's do for cancer. Because I've been to 4 funerals.
Yeah. No. I know
That's what I'm saying. Of we can only really look what is actually around us because of there's lack of belief and lack of, where do we get the truth from other than what can we see around us?
But then again, when you got it, you were dead worried about getting it. You stopped smoking because you were dead worried about getting it.
Before I got it, yeah. Do you really think I'm saying that it doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying outright. I'm saying that you never stopped smoking because of flu or influenza or anything like that, did you? You stopped smoking because of COVID.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
so it did have. So the disease itself has an effect.
Yeah,
and the worst thing was you didn't start smoking because you were worried about getting cancer.
No, I did. I've always.
Yeah, I know. You've always been giving up. You've always been trying to give up smoking, haven't you? Yeah.
No, I mean, but so that isn't the point that I'm saying. It can't.
Bollocks! I'd tell you a new tea towel with facts, and that's a fact. When my experience is anybody says that's a fact after a sentence, it's fucking bollocks. They always go, when everybody goes, fact, bollocks, total bollocks.
Honestly.
Go on, Pebble Dashing.
We're down.
Go on, yeah, bring out your dead, Wayne says. No, it's all good. Should come on, Pebble Dashing, for a chat. Oh, I'd love to have a good chat with Pebble Dashing. He's got the best name on the internet, definitely.
Hey, that's the point. Did we put the link out? How did Peter get on? We didn't put the link out, did we?
Oh, do you know when you shit Fisher Price internet fucked off?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I put it up then. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, it's doing all right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Shh. Deadly virus, my effing all. It's an agenda, and if you can't see it, you're finished before you're beginning. What? So, do you not believe that? Do you not believe that it exists then, Pebble Dashing? Let's have a look. Do you think it doesn't exist? Or do you think it does exist, but we're overblowing it? Or do you think that Batman bombed Superman? Who would do that?
So I just feel like he's taking it that bit too far with it's all an agenda thing. I really don't think it's an agenda. I just think humans are rubbish. We're shit. We're just bad at it.
Well, it's all part of what we are, though, isn't it? It's all part of what we are, aren't we? Because we do have this. We all question stuff, don't we? And this is why we are where we are, and we get what we get, and why we're,
I mean, this is one scenario that was never ever going to happen. So, like now, a year and a half on, the governments have all gone. I think we went a bit too far with it all. And anyway, thankfully, there wasn't that many people died. But we was there. We was ready for it. We was ready for the worst case scenario, but obviously it didn't really happen. And that still isn't being sold, is it? There is not. That was never going to happen.
No, but look what happened when, like I said, with Tony Blair and the Gulf War. Do you remember all the bollocks that he blatantly lied in Parliament about the 12 minutes? Nothing's happened with that, has it? He got taken to court for it, and he got away with it. Hey?
Did he never say Soz are out?
He never did he ever say so? Yeah, Soz. I was trying to get us in, like, Mr. George Bush over there wanted to go in, like, and yeah, definitely. Where's he going? You want to see us on Saturday nights, Rascal? That's when we get pissed up and have a right good crack. Jinx says, I was very frightened at the beginning. Then when things start to make no sense, most people recover, which is true. The fatality rate is very low. It is for people that get it, and then, Yeah,
I mean, thanks for that. But I will say, like, no matter what. So when I first came positive for COVID, I proper shit myself. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I was thinking, fucking hell, what if we end up being really ill? Which you could definitely can. 100% can.
Yeah. Our kid had it. Our John had it.
Yeah.
And he had it, and John Bolton, the lad who works with, they both had it. My brother had it. And our John, he had it right at the beginning, and it's the worst thing he's ever had in his life. He said he's never had anything as bad in his life, you know, like as far as illness is concerned, you know, like, but as far as flu and that concerned, like the worst unbelievable flu he's ever had. Like, he said he was curled up in a ball. But other people, and the rest of his family, his missus and his kids, nothing at all. So that's the bizarre thing about it, you know what I mean? Ninja Unknown says, Lancashire lads, 0 Fs given. Had bigger splints in my big toe than COVID. Mr. E says, I think it's weird how SARS and other previous ones were not as deadly. And this may have come from a lab. I think it's real, but I don't think the death rates are bad for certain age groups. Well, that's the thing that I was watching about with that Brett Weinstein. And he was saying about the thing with this COVID is that SARS and that is a genetic, it's come along, it's a natural disease, and they can trace it where it came back from, and they can see how it grew. They said how it learned its tricks. They said the thing with this one is it's just suddenly bang like that, super ace virus. Do you know what I mean? It has, and they can't go back and see where it's come from. And then the first case happened to be in a fish market at Wuhan, across the road from this lab. That's what they're saying.
And I think also these labs where they're doing all stuff on COVID and stuff, it's not like a case of it's been leaked as in is it the bad guy, let's leak it out. I don't think, pretty sure it hasn't happened like that.
No, it was a focal. We weren't supposed to get out, were it? I think that's
yeah.
It weren't supposed to get out. That's the thing. But the thing is why they're working on, if it's true, I don't know, I'm not saying, but if this is true, and like Mr. E says up there, it's almost like it was designed. Well, that's what they were talking about, you see. And they were saying that it looks like this disease was designed because they can't find any evidence before it just suddenly appeared. And they trace it back, and there's nothing. There's no like it developing and working its way up. Because when it passes from, when it jumps species, isn't it? Something like that. You can find it. They can find the evidence. It went back from there.
Yeah.
You can't do it with this. It's got all its bells and whistles straight away, which it doesn't do. Which you say it doesn't do.
That anybody was saying anything like that. Oh, surely there's got to be a connection. Back then, it was. You were all fucked off. You were put into that conspiracy stir. Oh no, you can't say it. He's a woo. So you're banned from saying that. You can't say it on Facebook or whatever. You'll get taken off. All that was happening for sure.
Yeah, it was. It really, because I got one of mine taken off.
You weren't allowed to have that opinion.
Yeah, you weren't, and that's the thing. That's the thing that's wrong. And I got mine taken down. I got booted off because I watched this interview, and it was all like the same people that are on now with that Brett Weinstein. One of them saying, this isn't right. Do you know what I mean? I put it all up, and then it got taken down, flagged. Our people have like looked at this, and we flagged it. Who are your people? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Who, you know, are these just super? I mean, this was a frigging medical expert. You know what I mean? This wasn't like some bloke who just, you know, turned off Pornhub and then says, right, I think I'll have a go at being a doctor. Mr. E says, I think it's weird how SARS and other previous ones were not as... I've done that one. Sorry.
You started seeing it very different as well, like it was... I actually thought, yeah.
Rascal Flats, I hope I'm in jail with a guy like Steve. Rascal Flats, why do you hope you're in jail? What the friggin' hell kind of life have you got where you hope you're in jail? Stop going to jail. Jail's shit. Life's ace. Rascal Flats, no more jail. Live your life outside of a prison cell, for God's sake. There's a whole world to be seen when we're allowed to go there.
It is awkward, though. You know, like you get forced to be banged up with other people. And if you if you get somebody that's decent, like, oh, thank God for that. But if you get some knob, it's like, oh, fuck me. You know, you're stuck in a cell for God knows how long until you get something sorted.
I can imagine there's a fair percentage of knobheads in prison. But it's definitely real, but I think it's been engineered and it just escaped from a lab where China have been messing around with it. It looks a lot like that, Wayne. I'm tending to, from what I've been watching with that. You should watch that, everybody. Dark Horse Podcasts. Have a look at them. And that Lex, what's the other guy? Lex, he's really good as well. Lex.
Yeah, I want to say Lex Luthor, obviously.
Yeah, Brett. Dark Horse Podcast. Weinstein. Have a look at them. They really are interesting. You know what I mean?
His wife's got a really sexy voice. If you didn't see her,
she reminds me a bit of. Do you remember Sopranos?
Oh yeah, the
The psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist, yeah.
Yeah, she's got that going on, hasn't she? Yeah.
Yeah,
Pebble
no.
dashing. Remember last year when they were showing you on your information machine? He's full on his pebble dashing, isn't he? Computer. You can put PC. It's actually easy to put PC rather than information machine. People dropping dead in the street in Wuhan. Next thing, the supermarket shelves are all. I know. All that fucking lot with that. All panic buying. See, that's the thing. That's the thing, pebble dashing. All the public, when they all went mental, everybody went mental. Although, do you know the thing with the shit roll? I know why that happened. Do you know when bog roll, you couldn't get bog roll?
Yeah.
And everybody's get, why are they all buying bog roll? It's because everybody was off work. So they're all at home, aren't they? They're doing all the crapping at home. So they're using miles more toilet roll, aren't they? Apart from doing all the crapping at work.
It was nothing to do with that.
It was exactly.
There was
98.7%. I went to imright.com and it said 98.7% that I'm right.
This is exactly what happened, right? They're going like that. Oh my God, if you look at these fucking idiots at Asda, they're all getting bog roll. How much bog roll have we got, calf? Get your Tesco. Something like that.
It's exactly that. That's exactly what happened, yeah. Look at them all, bloody idiots. And they think, hang on, we haven't got any bog roll, have we, calf? Calf! Get that and the, what do you want to get? Get the...
Pot noodles.
Get a Telegraph. It's a big, huge newspaper. Soft, strong, and thoroughly absorbent. Let's have a look. Where are we up to? Rizzler's back on. Oh, Rizzler! Steve is looking smooth as a baby's bottom today. He's that going on, isn't he? He doesn't like to shave that bald head. Do you ever put any chemicals on your bald head?
What, to cut it? Whatever. No,
just for extra sheen.
I'll put my coconut oil on. My homemade coconut oil that I still make.
Oh, Pebble Dash has been to China. He said there was nobody dropping dead in the streets of Wuhan.
China.
He was there. Fact, China. Louise says, Rizzler, my son is in prison and he's educated. Good. Has he got an education in prison, Louise? That's good. That's good. You know what I mean? You can change it. You can go to prison and change. You don't have to go back and then, redo it. That's good, is that? Yeah. Research done in Wuhan.
I, for one, don't recommend prison.
No, I don't recommend prison. I'm saying what's good is if the lad's gone in and then changed his life, hopefully he'll come out a better man. You know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to be about, rehabilitation, isn't it? Not education and how to do another job and then get stuck back in. Research done in Wuhan lab is banned in US and Canada. Fucking hope so.
Can I have my shirt on Steve's head?
Hey?
Quadruple C. Quad C.
Oh, I haven't got that far down. Can I hang my shirt on Steve's head? Oh, sorry. We missed loads up here, eh? We've got loads.
I have to wear my shirt on a walk.
I'm not getting the vaccine. If I ever get in the future, it will be to travel, etc. So why are you not getting the vaccine then? I'm waiting to see what happens. Apparently, 420 users have less chance of getting it anyway at my age. Shouldn't die. I know. And apparently, on that Brett Weinstein, the guy on that Dark Horse podcast, they're saying and they put a thing up as well.
You're really trying to sell that Dark Horse podcast, aren't you?
Yes, because it's another point of view that should be seen, and he's not. Steve, you've seen him, man. He's not.
Your opinion. That's your opinion.
I'm saying he's not a knobhead, is he? He's a proper, it's a proper thing, like. And they were saying that the people are anyway, whatever. Yeah, well, yeah. The pandemic is worth a watch too. It's not on here, but you can get it on London Real website.
I think I've seen that ages ago, maybe 6 months ago. It rings a bell. I think that was. I thought it was a lot of shit. I could be wrong, but
it doesn't sound good. London Real. It doesn't sound like there's any medical experts on London Real.
That London Real. He's I want to say it. He's a conspiracist.
Yeah. You're not going to get medical experts on London Real, are you? That's what you need. People who know what they're talking about, not people like us. You know what I mean? Like going and telling everybody what the crack is. What we're talking about tonight is censorship and stuff like that. That's something we can all see. Like Rooster says, if I did get it, But I don't see enough people anyway to get it, to be honest, lol. And those who I do have had the jab. Oh, have you not got many friends, Mr. E? Are you lonely? Do you have to like to match for company?
There's quite a big divide, isn't it? The getting the vaccine, not getting a vaccine. I can see people's point of not getting it as well.
Well, it works. It'll work though. The herd immunity thing will work if people don't get the vaccine. You know what I mean? That's fine. It doesn't. You know, it's apparently, you know, well, if the majority get it, it'll work. You know, it'll be all right.
I was definitely starting to feel guilty for not having it. I feel like I should have had it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I had it. I've had both jabs, and nothing wrong with me.
Because we was going to do that a thing, didn't we? We Jimmy, but I literally got COVID. So that
yeah. Russell says, I have a clean record. I'm going to get away with 1K weed in my suitcase. Oh dear.
That's it. I agree. That's it. Yeah. You probably get there. It depends where you go. If you go European countries, you just get a slap on the wrist. You'll be right. Don't go to Asia.
Don't listen to him. Keep out of prison, for God's sakes. Don't be dicks. Don't waste your life. You'll look back when you're an old man thinking, how long did I spend in fucking prison? Jesus Christ. I'm 75 now, and I spent 12 years in prison. 12 fucking years in prison.
I was sat there online, just having a bit of a fucking joy. Next minute, I was on this live chat and I spoke to this fucking ball prick about vaccines and stuff. He was on about fucking do dogs exist. Before you know it, I was fucking packed 2K, and I woke up in Baghdad with fucking.
By the way, the dogs thing is definitely going in the best bits, by the way. Steve's fucking do dogs exist?
That was just gibberish, wasn't it?
That's going in the best bits, is that? I'm going to edit it in such a way that's going to be a win of that one. Nicole says she won't get the jab. Right, that's fair enough, Nicole. Why? Why are you not getting the jab, Nicole? You gotta say why, Nicole. Nothing to do with me. I mean, it's fine. But you got to say why. You can't just say I won't get the jab. You got to say why. If they told you on the news to get in your basement because there was a bear lurking outside that's going to bum everyone to death, how long would you stay in the basement before seeing the bear? What I'd do, Pebble Dashing, is I would open the window slightly. I'll open the window slightly up, pull my pants down, stick my arse out so I could get bummed without getting clawed. You see, if you think about it, it's always a way. You don't have to be clawed. You can get bummed and not clawed. You can get bummed.
Right, say that clawed. One more time. Give me the option. Let me.
Right, ready? If they told you on the news to get in your basement because there was a bear lurking outside that's going to bum everyone to death, and that is a bear that has a lot of energy, by the way. If he's going to bum everyone to death, that bear has been fucking Red Bulling like fuck, hasn't it? How long would you stay in the basement before seeing the bear, Steve?
Yeah. Well, you just wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't believe that in the first place. You see, we don't believe everything. If it came on the news that really was a thing, you'd automatically think, what's this? Is this a joke? You wouldn't believe that, would you?
He's actually put a serious answer. No, the answer is you wouldn't come out until he told you on the news.
No, you see, you wouldn't, would you?
There's a big difference between a bear. There's a big difference in a bear going around bumming everyone to death. I mean, you would have footage and possibly phone calls, like Steve's ringing me up, don't go outside, there's a bird bumming everyone to death.
Pebble Dashing, you come up with some really good points tonight. This is not fucking ordinary. It's massively
Exactly, Steve. The same thing with COVID. Don't believe it until you see it.
It's not the same thing. Bumming everybody in the world to death.
Yeah. But the thing is...
I haven't even got a fucking on the ground. What do you do then?
Yeah, but Pebble Dashing is going to wait until he gets bummed until he believes it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not believing anything. Shit! I was wrong. How about if you happen, did a bit of reading? You're a star, Pebble Dashing. You're an absolute star. Back to the dogs. Oh, back to the dogs, right? Yeah.
What's that joke with the bears bumming people? You're not here for the shooting, are you?
No, I don't know that. Tell me that. I don't know that.
Well, I don't.
Oh,
I think it's a Jim Davidson joke.
You shit at telling jokes.
No, I'm sure it's a waste of time. It's basically no. I'm not. Google Jim Davidson the
Right.
bird joke.
Right, I'll do it then. I'll do it. I like the sound.
What do you reckon you'll be able to play it now?
No, I'll tell it.
All right then. No, it's a fairly long.
Go on, you keep everybody entertained. Jim Davidson.
I'm trying to think of why am I shit at telling jokes?
I don't know. You're really good at telling stories, but you're awful at telling jokes.
Awful, absolutely awful. It's horrendous.
Absolutely awful, Steve. Oh no, it's
exactly, Steve. Same thing with COVID. Don't believe it until you get it. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
If you wait until you get something, do you know what I mean? That's just mental, isn't it? If someone's going round, I mean, I suppose it's like smoking, isn't it? I mean, you think about it, smoking. I'm going to wait until I get cancer, then I'm going to quit. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what kind of annoys me. Like with Baz saying, "Oh no, what you think of COVID now just because I got it?" Like,
yeah,
it's like that. People don't seem to get like there are levels of. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never ever said it doesn't exist, but I'm not going to the level of what Pebble Dash is going. I mean, there's like I'm not fully trusting all what's gone on, but I'm absolutely convinced there's a disease about. But what it's hard to be completely one or the other. Do you know what I'm saying? You can be leaning towards one side or the other without absolutely. I'm not sure. That's the thing. It's like we're not allowed to say, "Well, I'm not too sure anymore." You have to have an opinion. You have to blatantly stick to it.
Exactly. Me and Steve are totally in, and we're flying the flag of we don't fucking know, so we'll tell dicks and tit jokes. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. The only thing tonight's show is about censorship. That's what I was on about. But this is good. But I mean, that's what was bugging me.
It's been a good chat. I mean,
yeah. No, I've really enjoyed tonight. It's been really good.
And this is why we do need to talk about it. This is the point of belief, and
exactly. I mean,
you can judge your own opinions from it.
Yeah, Nicole doesn't want the jab because she's allergic to all the ingredients in the jab. Well, that's fucking fair enough then. No point having jab if you're going to be worse for it, is it?
I mean,
Mr. Reese, hey?
Do we officially know what's in?
Yeah. Tomato sauce, Worcester sauce, mustard, plus peanuts, yeah, wheat, soya, and a little bit of cum. That's not true, by the way. Where are we up to? Let's be honest, if you hadn't had it in over a year and a half, I haven't had it in over a year and a half. Where are we? If you haven't had it in over a year and a half,
we're back shagging now. We're back onto shagging.
No, we're not about COVID.
All right.
Somebody please shag Steve for God. Pedal dashing. Come on, you be the bear. Pretend you're a bear. Steve will hang out. You can shag him, and then we can get.
Yeah. Somebody at the door. Hello? It's the bird. The bird does exist. Right, then over. Not fucking.
I think he's Scottish as well. Oh, I ain't a fucking new, by the way.
I'm not being shagged by a giant Scottish bear. Right, where's the cellar? I'm going to the cellar.
I'd rather take a chance to go look for the bear because he might not bum you. Are you taking the piss? He might just be propaganda. Instead of staying in the basement worried about the bear. So you might take a chance to go looking for the bear because he might. So a bear, right, that you've been told is going around bumming everybody to death. And your idea is to go looking for said bear. Pebble dashing. I think we're getting a slight insight into you, my friend. Would anybody else do that? Hello, Marianne. If there was a bear that was going around bumming everybody, would you go looking for it, or would you stay in the basement? I think I'd stay in the
Pretty sure
basement.
even if you're into bumming, you won't be one to get bummed by a bear.
What I'd do is stay in the basement and put bear porn on. That's what I'd do. Definitely. Well, Mr. Reese, I've known a few people to get cancer quite a while after quit smoking. But when they were smoking, they were fine. When they stopped, they lost weight, etc. Cancer doesn't wait for one specific thing, does it? It doesn't like, do you know what I mean? It's like, we're not saying if you smoke, you will get cancer. If you smoke, the odds of getting cancer are greatly advanced, aren't they?
You know it yourself. If you're a smoker or a non-smoker, you know yourself when it's staying inside you and it makes you cough like fuck. It's not good for you.
When you get that rattle, when you've been out in the piss,
yeah,
and then you get that, and when you're sleeping at night, that's not fucking good for you.
You wake up in the morning, that big wretch that you have, like a big glob of brown shit.
That's the one, yeah. And then when you get fucking out of breath just from getting a lob on, you know there's something not fucking right, don't you? The lack of vitamin D while being locked in a basement. Was it the verse that I've come to fix your fridge before informing you? Acceptable or not? That's genius, that ninja. I love that. That's got to be comment of the day, that actually, I think, that one. What if the bear said, I've come to fix your fridge, and then he fucking bombs you?
That's a good one.
That's got to be comment of the day, that one. Dirty Dells, as I know, Steve said. So, yeah, smoking is bad. I've seen people have bad effects on vaping too. Yes, vaping is bad. I vape when I only vape when I have a drink. The horns come out, and I've got to fucking stop. But I am shit. Mr. E, smokers normally gain weight, pal.
Fucking definitely.
Yeah, when you quit, yeah. Oh, I've lost the one with it.
I'd rather be fat than a non-smoker.
Well, now you can work on not being fat, now, no?
Yeah.
Although it's not doing. I've not shifted mine so fucking much, though. Well,
I keep blaming my shoulder because it's aching. I've stopped doing press ups. Oh, it proper is aching when I do that.
But surely with having a bad shoulder,
I know I am doing.
Surely having a bad shoulder though, you can't shovel the food in so quick though. It's the fucking beer, it's the beer, innit?
Loads of things I could be doing. I'm just a lazy, fat, fucking non-smoking bald prick.
What's he said here? COVID-wise, I am, pal. There's not so lucky island shit now. Do you get that? I don't quite get that.
What? Say it again. God.
COVID-wise, I am, pal. Have I missed something further up there? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've not had COVID since the start, but we're lucky here in Jersey. Ah, right. Is that you, mate?
No, Brad's
Brad, isn't it? Tiny place.
His fucking name he's called himself.
Right, yeah. I've not had COVID since the start, but we are lucky here in Jersey. Yeah, there's only 4 people in Jersey, isn't there? That's a tiny place. Not many conspiracy nuts neither. Yeah, well, yeah. COVID. So then he said, COVID's wise, I am, pal. There's not so lucky island shit now. I'm confused.
Who's Rizzler? What's your real name? Why do people have to have fucking stupid names? Just call yourself your name.
Stop moaning, you moaning out bastard. They can call themselves what they want. There's nothing wrong with being in disguise.
I don't like it. I don't like disguises that way.
Thanks, Mr. E. Hit that like and subscribe, pal. We're on Friday, not Saturday, because obviously football's on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Who are they playing on Saturday?
Ukrainian fucking bell end.
All right. Why should I know? I don't care that much.
Because when you're in the pub shouting, "Come on, England, give us a goal! Come on, England, give us a goal!" You must have heard somebody who was going on. Yeah, but
there was 10 German bombers round our house. Whatever it is.
Never heard that one, yeah. Steve, your shoulder's aching because of the lack of women. Oh, yeah, he's got a point there. Shoulder? Yeah. Fucking hell. That's some serious fucking wanking going. You've got your shoulder involved, isn't it? Do you get shoulder involved now?
No, it's the other side. Anyway, that is boring.
I'm not your pal. Never met you. You got me confused with someone else. Don't be like that, Rizzler. No,
And that comes across the wrong bit wrong, doesn't it?
yeah. See, that's what happens with text, isn't it? Do you know when
Yeah.
you text? That's another thing that happens with text, you know, on Facebook and stuff like that. Risley didn't mean that in a really bad way, but look at that. I'm not your pal.
Let's do two versions of it, a nice way and a creepy way.
Right, I'll do the nasty way. I'm not your pal. Never met you. You got me confused with someone else. Or,
I'm not your pal. Never met you anywhere. You're a bit confused. Right.
So hang on. Before we stop, for some reason you've made Risley a bit camp. So we don't know why.
Because it's over. You're a bit. I'm confused. I went with that.
The other way is the way that he's written it is. I'm not your pal. I've never met you. You got me confused with somebody else.
And I went with a camp way because of the confused word. I'm confused. What's it called? What's it called?
Eric Contino. Are you ready for this? Get ready for this. Here we go. Let's have your question.
Alan Thingy. I'm confused.
I'm confused. No, but that's how it can be. That's how it can all be done. You know what I mean? Peter, right? Risley, he's my bigger brother, and he will kick the shit out of your dad. Jokes, eh? Who built the ark? Nobody built the ark. The ark wasn't real. If you think you can get every fucking animal on the earth into one big boat, penguins,
fucking still
polar bears,
argue the ark.
I think you might be joking. Polar bears, penguins, right? Completely the opposite side of the fucking planet. And then we got lions and tigers and bears and little lovely tasty animals. Imagine when they got there, right? What we got left? Fuck all, they've all eaten each other. Noah built the ark. No, he didn't.
There's no way somebody called Eric Contino is religious. That's wrong.
And on JJ Jr. says, I have a joke about the ark. Give us a joke then. Come on, JJ Jr. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, there are. This is how bad arguments are, or no matter what, you can get two people. People can argue the ark and have good points. Not good points, but in an argument, you're not going to get, say, like the ark guy and the anti-ark guy. By the end of an hour's conversation, the ark guy goes, of course I'm fucking wrong. It could never have happened. That doesn't happen. They still stubbornly stick to the ark story. And this is back to belief, how weird fucking world we're in it.
There's no way anybody's ever going to win the fucking ark argument. That's ridiculous.
No, but how come the ark guy doesn't turn around and say, of course I'm wrong? That doesn't happen.
If anyone's looking for an ark, oh yes, I know a guy.
That's fucking terrible, isn't it?
Let's build
another. It's got a smile on my face, so it can't have been that bad. It's that bad. It's kind of amusing, isn't it?
No, that's it. That we all love that one. Yeah, it is. It's a shit joke, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? It's like two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't like jokes, do you? No, you don't.
I'm not a big fan of them.
Why don't you like jokes?
Especially like written ones, like text, when you get ones in text and stuff. I like them if they're told well, because they just don't find them genuinely
funny. See, that's it. Do you know why? See, that's the thing. See, you're not good at telling jokes, right? So when you read a joke, that's you telling yourself a joke.
Yeah, I think so. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it makes sense that I just.
Yeah. If a joke's told well,
I think I'm a bit biased to jokes. Not biased, but skeptical.
But the thing is, I see when you told that. See, you did. Now that wasn't a joke that you told, but you did it really well. Do you remember the when we were in the curry house at the stag do?
Well, that was because it was quick, opportunistic kind of joke, weren't it? It weren't like
Yeah, it was. But you did it
it met
really
the
well.
moment.
Yeah, you did that really well. You know, it was the.
Well,
For those that don't know, we were
that was
in.
the peak.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we were in an Indian restaurant was we in Prague or something like that? Or where were we?
Tallinn.
Where were we? Tallinn. And the waiter came up to Steve, and you have to know who Tarka the Otter is. Google Tarka the Otter, and Steve said, "Can I take your order, please, sir?" And Steve said, "Yeah, can I have a chicken Tarka?" And I'd never heard this joke. What? And he said, "Sir, sir?" I said, "Yeah, chicken Tarka." He said, "I'm sorry, I've never heard of a chicken Tarka." He said, "It's like chicken tikka, but it's otter." And I was in bits for about 20 minutes after that. So
I don't even like that joke though when you told it. Then I didn't think that was funny because you told it wrong.
I don't think that was funny. So there,
you
sorry.
told it wrong.
No, I'm sorry. That's how you say that. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what people say when they speak like that. I say, "No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't find that funny at all. No, I'm sorry." Then twats to say that.
See, now I find this funny. I find being flatter with each other. That's funny.
But when people do that, aren't they horrible? Them people. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I don't think that's funny at all. I'm sorry. I don't think that's funny at all. Now I'm going to go over here and suck off this dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where we up to our chat? If you don't like spiders, imagine inviting them to the Ark. How could you invite spiders? Imagine trying to keep spiders and ants.
I don't like spiders.
And flies. Right, get all flies on the Ark. I've been out of work. Eric Contino says I've been out of work.
What?
You know, Eric, who was on about the Ark. She says I've been out of work. Flat Earth, I just can't get my head around it. Oh dear. I love how Walls disappears to the loo. Truth, the picture in the background, so good, lol. That's where I'm going. I hate fat Ronaldino. I meant Ronald. Right. What did the cannibal do after he dumped his girlfriend? Whacked his ass.
Oh no, let's not start doing fucking.
Whacked his ass. That's what it is. I got you there. See. Whacked his ass. That what's that one? Is it two cannibals eating a clown? And one says, "This tastes funny."
So what?
Two cannibals eating a clown, and one looks at the other and says, "Does this taste a bit funny?"
See, I can't like that one. I'm surprised I've never heard that.
Have you never heard that one before?
I don't think I have. It is genuinely the way you tell them.
Yeah. Right, I think that's going to be after it. We've been on 2 hours.
Yeah, for a quiet Wednesday night.
Wednesday's usually only an hour. So, yeah. But well done, guys. That's all because of you. You kept us going there for an hour. Well done. And if you ever want to come on, we can put that link up more. But you remember, you come on. If you're not interested or you're totally instrumental, you get fucked off.
I want more Burbumming stuff. I enjoyed that a bit.
Yeah, Pebble Dashing. We love the Burbumming stuff. We love Pebble Dashing. The coolest name on the internet.
You know, amongst the other shite you came on with. Anyway.
Anyone for a Pebble Dashing, that's it. Although Eric Contino, that's a good name.
It's a good name, yeah.
Look at my picture and tell me you don't know. How can I look at your picture? What's this picture? I
can't see it.
Anyway, right, we've got so Friday, 8 o'clock. Not Saturday. It's usually Saturday, but obviously footy's on.
Hey, have we got a topic for Friday?
Have we got what?
Have we got a topic for Friday?
No, we'll have to sort something out. We'll sort a topic out. We'll put it all in the beautiful publication that I'm going to have to do because your shit you just copy and paste. I'm starting to make my own now. I'm starting to do it myself. Lazy fat bollocks over here who does fuck all. Thank you, Nicole, for looking after us. So Gola Shorts is here. Where have you been? When I die, I want my loved ones to use my tongue to clean their batty holes.
What?
When I die, I want my loved ones to use my tongue to clean their batty holes. And on that bombshell, it's good night.
Yeah, it's
Fuck off.